Hello, and welcome to Transform Now. I'm Daniel Archibald and I'm here with Jerry Hassan. We're going to talk about Scotland's Wave of Change, and it's a part of the Cultural Olympiad. So Jerry, what do you do?
A Scottish Wave of Change is part of the Cultural Olympiad, as you mentioned, and that is something that's really exciting and interesting. It's happening in Scotland, happening all across the UK, and what we're going to do in this project is using as a catalyst, the Olympic values and the Olympic principles to have this set of explorations, conversations and activities about the kind of Scotland people want to have, the kind of values they want, and the kind of stories that they create, they imagine, that explore the different futures that they might see as possible in Scotland. There isn't any one answer here, there isn't any one correct story or wrong story. It's trying to get a vivid sense of kind of like all the different possible futures that people might think are possible and desirable.
So what kind of future are you looking for Scotland? We're
looking to see a future which people create themselves, that they own themselves. There's a little bit of a problem in how we think about the future in this thing called the official future, where governments and others, they have this pre-planned sense of future that kind of people don't feel they have a part in. And what we want to say in this project is the first step in creating a better future is imagining it, is creating it yourself, feeling that you can democratise the future so that we can then, people can explore the many, many different futures, the many, many different stories that are on option. There isn't any one right or wrong answer, but we want to explore that from saying there isn't kind of like, you know, a future that's already decided for you. Let's take a step in imagining our own future, a better future.
So Jerry, where are you going with these stories?
Well, we're going to be going all across Scotland. We're going to be going across the geographies of Scotland. We're doing a significant number of events in Govan. We're in places like Dundee. We're in Ullapool. And there's going to be a way in which some of our events are going to kind of connect up with each other at points. But it's also, we're going to be travelling in terms of within places as well. We're going to be connecting up different groups within places like Govan and Dundee, and connect up people across generations and backgrounds as well. So it's an attempt to kind of try and get this cross-section of Scotland, you know, in many, many different ways.
Thanks Jerry, and we wish you luck in your voyage.
Thank you, Daniel.
Every story has a beginning. And what is the start of this one? Who better to tell you than Liz Garner in Govan?
You're joining me here in the heart of Govan, where our journey begins. We have young people here researching the history of Govan, which is in a state of huge transformation just now. They're telling their story, and they're learning to sail a boat. On that boat, they'll sail down this river, all the way around Scotland, Campbelltown, Stornoway, Orkney, Dundee and Aberdeen, and Edinburgh back here to Glasgow, sharing that story, gathering other stories from other communities all around Scotland. This is our voyage of dreams. In a sense, where we are now is really the heart of Govan. This is Govan Old Parish Church, site of one of the oldest Christian settlements in Scotland, possibly in Europe. With its medieval churchyard, with its Viking hogback stones inside, it's a building of huge spiritual, archaeological significance. It's this site that our young people have been researching in terms of its history and its story and its links with the Pearce Institute, with this medieval churchyard, and what is possible here in the heart of Govan if we start to see these resources joined as a force, as a resource for the future. The story that our young people are researching is a more unofficial future. A future that's being created here by a group of local individuals and organisations, the Galgale Trust, Govan Parish Church, the Church of Scotland, the Pearce Institute. So in essence, this is the core of our vision for the Voyage of Dreams. It's a way of gathering stories like this, where local people in their own local neighbourhoods and communities are creating their own visions for the future, developing them and translating them into real projects on the ground. This is the ancient spiritual and heritage centre of Govan. We're sitting here in the medieval churchyard listening to nature, the sounds of birds and peace. And over here we can hear the sounds of construction, very modern day sounds of construction. And our question is, how do we move forward into the future, but at the same time retain what's very precious and all that's best about the past? And perhaps we're actually answering that as we speak, because the sounds that you can hear of building and construction work are actually taking place on the roof of the Pearce Institute, the ancient cultural centre of Govan, being renovated and kept for the future. There's so much creativity here in Govan, so many projects. These people, for example, they're a photography class from the portal.
So, if you would like to take part in this Voyage of Dreams and send your community stories, then details are on screen at the moment, and we will see you later. Cheerio, bye.